So I find one of the easiest ways to solve ratio or rate problems is to set up a proportion. Equivalent proportions are the same ratio with different numbers. If you know 3 quantities, you can find the 4th by setting up a proportion. Now, the one thing you need to make sure of when you set these up is to always put the same units on top and the same units on the bottom. So if it's kilometers on top, kilometers would be on top for both fractions and maybe meters on the bottom for both. You have to match them up. So let's do some examples. If 100 out of 300 voters voted in a poll, and this is the same ratio of voters who voted in the election, how many people voted if the total number of people was 34,000? So the ratio was 100 out of 300 people. So we're going to set up that proportion. 100 people voted out of a total of 300. So that was the ratio. If there were a total of 34,000 people, how many people would have voted? So I set up my proportion. Both totals are on the bottom. That's very important. And the people who voted are on the top. Now we can solve for x, our unknown. So to solve, you can cross multiply and divide by the one opposite of the variable, the unknown. So what I could do is I could take 34,000, times it by 100, and then the one opposite of the variable I'm going to divide by. So this would be 34,000 times 100 divided by 300. And x would equal 11,333. Let's say you helped at a soup kitchen and served 160 liters of juice to 250 people. The question is, how much juice did each person get? So we're going to set up a proportion to solve this. It might be just common sense to solve for this, which you can do, but you could also set up a proportion. So we're going to put 160 liters on top and the people on the bottom. Okay, that's going to be the same ratio, proportion, as we're wondering how many liters did each person get. So for one person. So notice how we put people on the bottom on both ratios here and liters of juice on the top for both. That's very important. So we're going to cross multiply. 1 times 160 is obviously 160. Divide by the one opposite of my unknown. So 160 times 1 is 160 divided by 250. So my unknown here is 0.64, and that is liters. So each person got 0.64 liters of juice. Okay, one more example. And I'm going to show you that it doesn't matter where the variable is as long as you match it up with the proper ratio. So at the grocery store, you see that cookies cost $3.21 for a package of 12. You can also buy individual cookies at this store at the same rate. Set up a proportion to solve for how much 27 cookies is going to cost you. Okay, so we're trying to find cost. So we could put cookies on top. So 12 cookies cost $3.21. Okay, it's the same rate, which is important, but we want to know what the cost of 27 cookies is. So since cookies is on top here, cookies is on top over here, over an X number of dollars or cents. So we're trying to figure out how much 27 cookies cost. So now we can solve it by doing our cross multiplying method. So 27 times $3.21, and then we're going to divided by the one opposite of the unknown, which is 12 cookies. So $3.21 times 27 divided by 12. So X would equal $7.22 rounded. So that's how we can use and set up proportions to solve problems with rate and ratio.